Hi, I'm Darryn Farrugia and welcome. Well, using paradiddles on the drum set, we all know that there are so many great things that you can do with that. And if you've seen a previous video of mine called Odd Time Paradiddles, I take you through a bunch of paradiddle variations that are in odd time signatures, and I've done that by combining various paradiddles within one measure. Anyway, if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to leave a link to that in the description underneath. This little video that I'm making today is more about taking one paradiddle and turning it into an odd grouping. So specifically, we're going to look at groupings of 5s, 7s, and 9s using only 2 paradiddles. And the paradiddles that we're going to use are a single paradiddle and a paradiddle diddle. Now, if you don't know what a single paradiddle is, or a paradiddle diddle for that matter, then shame on you. But I'm sure and I trust that you know what those 2 paradiddles are. Anyway, let's start with the first grouping. The first grouping is going to be a grouping of 5. Now, when I talk about groupings of 5, I'm talking about a group of 5 16th notes in sequence. So these are actually played across 16th notes. So we're going to create a group of 5 16th notes using a single paradiddle. It's pretty simple in its concept. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a paradiddle, right, left, right, right, but we're going to add a bass drum note to the end of that to create our 5-note sequence. And then we've got left, right, left, left with a bass drum note at the end of that. So we have right, left, right, right, kick, left, left, kick, right, right, kick, left, left, kick. Now, if we play this across 16th notes, we actually get a bar of 5/4, or you can think of it as a bar of 5/8 as well, but it's a bar of 5. So I'm going to play that for you without counting, just so that you can hear what the sequence is, and then I'll play it in tempo, as in 16th notes, so you can hear where the downbeat is at the start of each bar. So right, right, kick, left, left, kick. Okay, so I'm going to count that 1 eander, 2 eander, 3 eander, 4 eander, 5 eander. So that's the first grouping. That's groups of 5s using a single paradiddle. I'm going to take the tempo up just a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take those accents and orchestrate those on different drums. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the group of 5. Let's move on to the group of 7. Now, the group of 7 is basically a paradiddle diddle. So that's right, left, left, with a bass drum note on the end of it. Now, I generally think of this as a bar of 7/8. So if I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we get this. I'll give you a bar of 7 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the same deal, I'm going to just play that again at a slightly brighter tempo, and I'm going to orchestrate that right hand accent around the kit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finally, our last grouping is a group of 9, and this is also made up of a single paradiddle. So the way we're going to play this is right, left, left, kick. That's our 9-note sequence. So you can think of this as a bar of 9/8, or you can think of this as a bar of 9/4. That's a very long bar. I'm not going to think of that as either at this stage. I'm just going to play quarter notes on the hi-hat so that you can hear how this pattern works over a quarter note pulse with the left foot. Now I'm going to say to you, and I've said this in the past in previous videos, make sure you practice with the left foot. Don't have a lazy left foot. So that's 3 things you need to know: single paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, and using your left foot to play quarter notes. So here we go. I'm just going to give a bar of 4 into this, but remember the sequence is right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, kick, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, kick. Here it is slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the same thing, a little faster, and I'm going to orchestrate those accents around the drums. And I'll give you a bar of 4 in. 1, 2, 3, 4. The great thing about these 2 paradiddles is we can actually add a second accent. So in the case of a paradiddle, a single paradiddle, the accent's usually just on the downbeat. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. What I'm going to do is add a second accent. So that means that the first 2 16th notes of every beat will be accented. So we go from this to this. So that gives us a few more options in terms of orchestration. I will also do the same with the paradiddle diddle. So the paradiddle diddle, as you heard me play before, I just played the right hand accent. But what I'll do this time is play the right hand and then I'll add an accent to the left hand, which is the second note in the sequence. So we go from this to this. So let's go back to our first paradiddle. That's the group of 5. So this right, left, right, right, kick, left, right, left, left, kick. And what we'll do is we'll orchestrate those 2 accents, or those double accents, let's call them. Here we go. And I'll give you a bar of 5 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now personally, I find that the hardest one to play as a pattern with single accents or a pattern with double accents. And that's because, there's a bit of ambiguity in my mind as to exactly where those bass drum notes fall against the snare drum accents. So an exercise I like to play to start off with is just to practice the first accent and the bass drum notes together. So by doing that, we get this as an exercise. I'll give you a bar of 5 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by practicing an exercise like that, it helps me ascertain the exact location of the bass drum in relation to those snare drum accents. Now, before I continue, there is going to be a PDF that accompanies this video. I'm going to leave a link to be able to download that in the description underneath as well. I'm going to create a similar exercise now, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the double accent version. So essentially I'm playing that pattern, that 5-note grouping pattern, and just leaving out the non-accented notes, which are the doubles. Again, this will be in the PDF so you can check that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's an exercise that I practice, which has kind of helped me locate the exact position of the bass drum against the accented hand strokes. So now we can move on to adding the secondary accent to the 7-note grouping. So that will sound like this. I'm going to give you a bar of 7 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That one sounds particularly good, I think. And then finally, doing the same thing with the 9-note grouping. So again, this is a single paradiddle, so we're just doing what we did before in terms of the double accents, but this time the bass drum note is actually at the end of the 8-stroke sequence. Remember, it's right, left, left, kick. So the idea is to practice these patterns enough so that we don't need to think of them in their corresponding time signature. The idea is that we want to be able to play these across 4/4. So in that case, I would suggest that you practice playing these across 4 bars of 4/4. That's going to take a little bit of practice, but really that's going to make them quite usable because we want to incorporate these things in phrases. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 4 bars of time in 4/4, and for the sake of it, I'm going to play 4 bars of the 5-note grouping across 4 bars of 4/4. So by me playing 4 bars of time in 4/4, hopefully that will help establish a 4-bar cycle that you can hear. I would suggest that you actually count along to this. I'm going to play quarter notes with my left foot if that's any help to you. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully you were able to count 4 bars of 4/4 while I played that 5-note sequence across 4 bars of 4/4. So I'm going to do the same thing now with the 7-note grouping. I'm going to start by playing 4 bars of time in 4/4, then I'm going to play that 7-note grouping across 4 bars of 4/4. Here we go, and remember to count along. 1, 2, 3, 4. And finally, here's the 9-note grouping across 4 bars of 4/4. 4 bars of time up front. Remember to count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once you've mastered that, you're able to play 4 bars of time, then 4 bars of any of those 3 odd groupings within that 4-bar time frame. Then the next step is to actually just mix them up so that you're randomly playing between 3 of those groupings in any order, any number of times. And by the time you get to this stage, I would say that you've really mastered your knowledge of where beat 1 is, not only at the start of each bar, but certainly at the start of each 4-bar phrase. I'm going to have a crack at this. Let's see how it goes. Remember to count along. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a more difficult thing to do, mixing them up within the 4-bar phrases. I'm going to try the same thing a little faster this time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you have it. There's 3 odd groupings, a 5, a 7, and a 9 that you create with just 2 paradiddles, a single paradiddle and a paradiddle diddle. As I said, there's a PDF that accompanies this lesson. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description underneath if you want to check that out. Otherwise, you can transcribe this stuff yourself. Anyway, I hope this is something that you can implement somehow in your playing, in your soloing vocabulary, perhaps as fills. But more importantly, I think it's just understanding the concept. Once you understand the concept, then you can create your own patterns, and then you can learn to be creative with it, make this stuff your own. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it the thumbs up, the like button situation. If you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell icon so that you know when I've uploaded a video. Anyway, enjoy this, have a great time practicing all of this stuff, and I will see you all very soon. Bye. Oh, man.